Well, good morning, good people. Mark Holmes here, and as always, I want to say thank you all for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Jobu Sports Report. Without you guys, as well as you ladies, you know that this literally does not work. It's 8 a.m. Saturday morning. What you been doing? You know what? I feel like I'm in the Army. I did more before 5 o'clock this morning than you probably will do all day. I've already been in my workshop because I got some of my mama's apple tree apple. Yeah, had to chop up some more of this because I need some more wood. Because you can never have enough wood out there. So I have been up, um, did my live stream last night with Brian and stuff, and those guys were tired, and they went to the hotel, motel, Holiday Inn to go relax, and I stayed here, keep smoking the meats here, and every 2 hours I've been out here, put some more fire on the wood and stuff on here. And so that was 12 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 4 o'clock, 6 o'clock, and now 8 o'clock. So we are literally 12 hours in on our smoke, and we're up to 167. So we actually don't have that much more to go. We might get lucky and maybe about 5 more hours. There is no substitute as far as trying to do things quicker for me. Now, looking at the comments from last night, they're like, you're a better man than me, man. Wrap it up and call it a night and go to bed. Other people said, get a pellet smoker, and I'm not going to belittle anybody else's technique with the pellet smoker and stuff. I don't have one, don't have the money to buy one, but it's just something about cutting some of the wood and coming out here and watching it and so on that I actually enjoy. So, and I still believe the way you do something is the way you do something. And so it's hard for me to let things go. I'm kind of like John Henry. You guys know the story about John Henry, right? Versus the steam locomotive. Because I used to do the railroads and stuff, with the sledgehammer and the spikes and stuff, and it was all manual power. And then they came up with the, John Deeres and stuff to go ahead and actually do that stuff by hand. And so it was John Henry versus the steam engine. Well, I'm kind of like John Henry. I'm old school in that way. But I can't be convinced. So when you want to go ahead and say, hey, we're going to donate a pellet smoker for you so you can do a test of it and all that, by all means, I want to do that. But the reality of the thing is, we always look for shortcuts. Nobody wants to spend the time to do things anymore. Now, see, the Cowboys defense, you got to say, is actually back. And I wish actually I put more thought into this before I came out to do this video. But right now in the NFL, and it's still early in the season, things can change, although this should be the prime time for offenses to score, because when it gets colder and more bad weather, it's harder to score. But scoring in the NFL is down almost 5 points a game. If you are a betting person, take the under this year, because the offenses have been hurting. Let's hope that we don't get a wind gust that blows this sucker away. I've got weights and stuff on it. I guess I could get some bungee cords and strap it down just in case, but it's actually, the floor here is actually dry in the middle. I'm actually surprised. But scoring is down across the NFL. And think about the marquee matchup of Tampa Bay versus Green Bay. It was 11-10. Scoring is not big, regardless of the NFL putting a more emphasis on illegal contact and making it basically easier to call those. Defense, it's funny because they always go through and they make changes, and the offense will go through and go like crazy, and then the defense will make adjustments. So the adjustment that the Dallas Cowboys have made, again, I am going to, and if somebody wants to say, you flip-flopped or you were wrong, guess what? Everybody's wrong. It's football. Nobody gets this shit 100% right. Remember all the experts that said that, like Adam Rank on the NFL Network said that the Cowboys would be 3-6 through the first 9 games. Well, right now they're 2-1, so we're ahead of the game there. Remember when people said that we should have kept, Connor Williams and Lyle Collins and stuff? Well, right now you got to say Terrence Steele's playing better than Lyle Collins. Randy Gregory, you should have paid $75 million to hold on to him. Well, Dorrance Armstrong has more sacks than he does. And I know Roz will tell you that, by the statistics here, the analytics, you know what? Let me know how many sacks you got, okay? Sometimes we can be too damn educated with the damn analytics and all that bullshit. And we forget that, yeah, he's great analytically, but the team lost the play. But his statistics were great, but you lost the play. I know if the mother humper got a sack, that killed the play. That means they lost yards. You could say, well, he pressured the guy. Okay, well, he pressured him. He didn't get to him. He could have gotten the ball off. And the way Tom Brady is against pressure, see, that's smoke. Now, here's the thing. Like I'm saying about smoking meats. I'm saying about smoking meats, right? You got to do it low and slow, and for me, you kind of have to do it the right way. Although people will say I'm not doing it the right way, and that's fine. This is the way that I know, and this is the way I've been doing it forever. And see, 12 hours in, let's take a look and see what this looks like. Right? I understand I got to go low and slow. I understand that there's not shortcuts to getting it to this. You look at the bark that's on there right now, and it's only at 167 degrees. So it's still got some time to go. I put my apple juice and stuff in the wash. Okay, so I get a little extra apple flavor into it. I got my apple wood. I got my charcoal. And that's how I build that. Well, see, a lot of teams, and it's worked in some cases. It worked for Tampa Bay. It worked for the Rams. Hell, it worked for the Eagles in 2017. They took the shortcut of getting free agents. Now, a lot of times, the problem is a lot of times you think that you're getting a guy who's going to change your team, like when Washington got Albert Haynesworth or, Bruce Smith or Deion Sanders or Adam Archuleta and stuff. And they end up not doing what you thought they were going to do. You could look at the Giants and say, well, we're going to get some weapons for Daniel Jones, and they get a guy named Galladay who literally is checked out and can't do shit. He literally cannot do shit. So sometimes it does work because you look at it with Odell and you look at it with Von Miller, what they did with the Rams. Hey, great, that worked. But the Cowboys said, this is the way I cook my meal. Now, for the defense, I kind of have to look at this and say they had a design with Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn, in his mind, said, here's how I do defense. Fast and physical, and I get after the quarterback. I don't kick back and, give extra space. I challenge the receivers, and I put pressure on the quarterback. And here's the kind of things that I need. Just like I get my mama's apple wood, okay? I go out there. I pick out my pork shoulders, okay? I like having the bone in there and things, right? And I like cutting the skin off of it. That's the way I know how to do it. And they said, I need to get me linebackers that have length, that have speed. I need to get me a pass rushing beast. I need to get athletic 300 plus pound defensive linemen who have a motor. Because my whole philosophy here is speed to get upfield. And that is the image that Dan Quinn brought. And through the course of 2020, when we ended up having Mike Nolan, Dan Quinn said, okay, I can use this piece and that piece and all that. That's okay. But I need to go out and get this piece and that piece. And I dare say, and maybe I need to go ahead and look at this. We were looking at this last night. The Cowboys brought in the pieces of wood that they needed. They ended up getting the Donovan Wilson, right? And Donovan Wilson was the toast of the town until he got injured. And then it was J. Ron Curse, a guy who you looked at and said, man, that guy, he's a journeyman. But he fit what we were looking for. And then, of course, you get a guy like, Dante Fowler that a lot of people were like, oh, man, that guy's done. He only had 4 sacks in Atlanta last year. Well, Atlanta had a terrible defense, and it might not have been suited to what he does. We looked at Dorrance Armstrong and said, man, we need Randy Gregory, but you signed Dorrance Armstrong for a 2-year, $13 million deal, less than half of what you pay Randy Gregory, and he's got more sacks than Randy Gregory. And so the Cowboys, they didn't skip the process of doing it. They went out and they built a defense that is, quite frankly, young. Do you realize the oldest players on that defense are Leighton Vander Esch and D-Law? Diggs is only in his 3rd season. Micah Parsons in his 2nd season. Quentin Bohannon, 2nd season. Osa, 2nd season. Neville Gallimore, 3rd season. Tristan Hill, 4th season. These guys, Anthony Barr, he's up there a little bit too. But these guys, for the most part, the key players on this defense, it's young. And you have to look at that and say, that's why this defense is able to play. It wasn't going out and saying, we got to get the most expensive pieces out there. We got to get the pieces that fit to what we're doing. And again, as much as it pains me to say that the Cowboys were right on some of these instances, they were right on some of the big-name free agents and bargain basement shopping. They built themselves a defense that you look at and say, it should be good for the next couple of years. And even on offense, as much as we said we got to go out and get a great tackle and stuff, they didn't skip any steps. They drafted a tackle. And Tyler Smith right now looks like the real deal. So we'll see how it all works out. We'll see if we definitely won't be in cap hell. I can say that much from the moves that they made. And going forward, they've got some flexibility on things they can do. So it's going to be a busy day today. I got to go to Restaurant Depot because I need to get some more chicken wings. I think I'm going to have quite a few people here. I don't know if we're going to get rain and stuff. Right now it's not raining. It's kind of breezy, but they're saying that tomorrow the storm's going to wrap around, do a reach around, and drop about a ½ inch of rain tomorrow. So I don't know if we'll be outside or not for it. But I got to also pick up the big sub because that's why we're doing this stuff here. And get the place cleaned up, and I got stuff in the workshop that I got to do for you. In fact, Michael's gone to see Gina. Damn Gina. I've got all of the Joe Barty's, and I've got the new shot glasses that are coming to you tailgate members. So I got to work on that stuff. And listen, if you are a channel member, and that means you hit the join button, and you're actually basically paying a fee every month, and you have not gotten your shot glass, here's what you have to do. Because we have you go to the community tab, there's a link which is only made for channel members. Those are the only ones that can see it. Click on that link and it'll take you to the Thrive site. That's my website that is just for channel members. And you get registered on there, we get your address, and we send you, if you're a regular member, you get a shot glass. If you are a super fan, you get a shot glass and the football. If you're a tailgate member, you get a set of 4 shot glasses, and right now we have 3 different ones, so you've got variety in there, and a shot glass rack and the football. So go through, you have to register to get that, and I know I've got a bunch of new channel members right now, so make sure you do that, because if you don't, YouTube doesn't give me your address. If you don't do that, I don't have your address to send you your stuff, so make sure you take care of that. I want to double check the temperature. Woo. See, the ones on top could get hotter. Come take it. Oh, this one, oh shit. This one right here, it's 176. So we only have 20 degrees on that one. 77. Damn. That's smoke. Okay, so 177. That's not far away. Let's see. See, it's good to check with a couple of thermometers because one does not always end up being exact. Well, nope, it's right on that one. That one said 166. All right, get you guys out to smoke. Shoot, that one on the bottom is 179. All right, we rolling then. Hope you guys have a great day. It's going to be a busy one. Brian, Randy, when you guys getting up? We got work to do, y'all.